So here we are with a game called Naruto The Broken Bond. This game is really old, but I heard really good things about it, so here I am playing it in the most stupidest way possible. And I actually made a video on the prequel game, Naruto Rise of a Ninja, where I pretty much just go through the whole entire game in that one video. Link to that will be in the description if I don't forget. And looking at the total time it will probably take me to complete this game, this video idea is looking pretty absurd, and it is. It took way too much time for my own good, so I would really appreciate if you could drop a like to help this video in the algorithm. But enough complaining, let's get into the game, and look at this beautiful title screen we got here, along with some beautiful music. And oh wait, they just ripped this OST straight out of the anime. But now time to start the game, picking up where we left off last time in Naruto Rise of a Ninja. We got this one cutscene with Orochimaru invading the Hidden Leaf. Oh god. And of course, following that, we got the third Hokage pulling up on Orochimaru. I really wonder who's gonna win here. We then end up getting placed in a cage match, on which we are then given a tutorial where we learn how to jump, attack, grab our opponent's tits, etc. Using that newly acquired knowledge, we have to implement it against our fight with this level 1 AI. Which, not gonna lie, I kind of with the combat in this game. But soon after, we then got Orochimaru cheesing and cheats using his ult to end my career. And this is where Orochimaru attempts to bring out some old, crusty ass Hokage from the grave. And here I go repeating my hand signs once again. Give me a moment. And like that, there I go stopping one of the reanimations, which I believe was Minato, leaving me to deal with the first and second Hokage. And after clearing the first phase, we then get this very nice and lovely quick time event, which was very epic, with some very epic action. And after doing all of that, we accomplished absolutely nothing. I then clapped the second phase right here, which brings us to this next cutscene, sealing away the past Hokage, and struggling as I yank Orochimaru's cock until we slice off a bit of his soul, rendering his arms useless and unable to do jutsus. Hiruzen then takes the GG here, but hey, at least the Hidden Leaf is safe, so that's all that matters, right? Following that, we then get the signature Sadness and Sorrow OST playing right here, as we are now the main character walking around the Hidden Leaf. And oh hey, there's Best Girl. And now we're given the objective to meet up with Suzuki, on which he's over here, and now we gotta meet up at the funeral. But my question is, why did I have to pick them up when we could have just met up at the funeral? But anyways, here I go heading to the Hokage's mansion, where we have everyone just sat on the roof, and oh wow, they even got custom cutscenes for each of the characters. Now that's some innovation. I then go over here to talk to Kakashi, and we have a very nice conversation. Following that cutscene, we then have Naruto talking to himself, while everyone is being more sad. And after that cutscene, we then get this one other cutscene with Best Girl and Sasuke, with her thanking him for saving her, and he's like, can you just leave please? We then got the main character and Kakashi popping out of nowhere, and now we're given this one mission which requires us to head through the trees to begin your mission. And after hopping through some trees, which is quite different than the last game, instead of third person we get first person, so that's like from Fortnite to Call of Duty. That's insane. And oh god, here we go, crashing to some explosives and die. Oh wait, we're still alive. And now we gotta fight these very canon bandits that are totally in the anime, which is just my favorite part of these games. And why am I getting fed another tutorial? Well anyways, after clearing this bandit, we then get this cutscene of him throwing a poop bomb at me, which knocks me out. And following that, we then got Naruto waking up in a ditch, given the objective to find Sakura and Sasuke, which after doing a bit of running, we then bump into Sasuke, soloing some threats with ease, and Sakura randomly pops out of nowhere. And oh great, we got some more bandits to handle, on which Sasuke, what the fuck are you? Well, that's just great. Now I gotta handle all these bandits all by my lonesome, which after clapping them, we then given the objective to warn the village about these level 1 AIs invading, really giving this game a fantastic start. And now we got Sakura over here telling me to hurry across this bridge with a bunch of explosives set on it, and you're telling me if you saw bombs on a bridge, all laid out, you would try to race the time it would take for all of them to explode? Thanks for the advice, Sakura. And so after crossing the bridge, we then see Sasuke and Sakura already on the other side. How the fuck was Sakura communicating with me all the way over here? And oh great, more bandits coming out of thin air. Once again, my favorite part of the game. Following that fight, we then got the level 1 threat trying to step up, but soon after gets clapped by Kakashi, which where was his ass this entire time? But anyways, mission complete. And now we got Jiraiya just randomly spawning over here, on which I talked to him, and now we gotta head to Tanzaku town, which on the way there, we got Jiraiya flexing on us and Jiraiya doing Jiraiya things, and with Jiraiya doing Jiraiya things, we then pick up our next mission from this one random ass NPC. Why are we helping him out? And we gotta get his boat, which was stolen by bandits, which after clapping them, we then discovered that the boat was absolutely destroyed, and there's no way they would actually force me to rebuild this shit. Are you serious? Bro, do I look like I'm built like Bob the Builder? To actually think this is a main mission. But after collecting all 5 of these fucking planks, I rebuild the boat and successfully complete the mission. Hooray. What a great use of my time. And here's where we learn how to use our abilities to travel, as well as learn the mechanics that we can actually switch our characters. How very cool. Which after a good bit of traveling, we then get our next mission, which is from Shikamaru, and Jiraiya hitting the gritty in this bitch. Which following that, we then get this very random fighting sequence with me and Shikamaru, because this is Naruto, on which I clap him, and we soon have to get a mission to get a date for Jiraiya. So going over to this one female NPC, we then get a mission to get her a box of chocolate, which is a very canon mission. And so after purchasing it and giving it to her, she was like, nah, I actually want flowers, which honestly, I think it's time we move on. This bitch does not deserve nothing. But here I go, clearing some obstacles, traveling across many places, and of course we get another bandit just randomly in my way. Why don't they have the run feature like they do in Pokemon, bro? But here I go, clapping the threats, and I really can't believe we're going out of our way for this ungrateful piece of an NPC. But here's our favorite flower, and after giving her the flower, she really acts like a fucking scrub and denies it, and asks for a pearl now. Is this game really doing this to us? And so after getting past this one obstacle, which requires us to do a combo jutsu with Shikamaru and Naruto to pull this one lever, which low-key you gotta appreciate the depth in this game. We then talk to this one NPC on which we go fishing, and after completing this little fishing session, we get this very poopy looking pearl, which seems to be good enough for this bitch. After that, we then gotta report to Jiraiya that his date is ready. But after talking to Jiraiya, we then got the brother of the woman appearing out of nowhere with the intention to fight, which why do we gotta do this? But after clearing him, we then get this cutscene with all of them just walking off peacefully like nothing ever happened. And is it just me, or was there really no point of this mission? But here we go with our next mission to sleep, and look at all of my clones just chilling, having a good time before we get a knock at the door, and apparently it's Itachi and Kisame, and I'm sure they just want to talk. And wait, hold up, this game is actually canon, and we end up having to fight Kisame, which after some time we're given a time limit to survive, while Itachi just watches in the back like an NPC. And after clearing it, we then get some more cutscenes back to back, followed up with playing as Sasuke, rushing towards Itachi because he heard the news about him being in the Hidden League. We then get this one race where we gotta follow some markers, and my guy over here is just watching, and oh wow, we're jumping through some trees, coming in contact with this random wall on which we Chidori with ease, and for fuck's sake, another bandit. Well, this was a great use of my time, and oh wow, another bandit in my path, my favorite part of this game. And so after clearing that threat, I then make it to my destination where we see Naruto going up against Kisame and Itachi. But with Revenge Boy pulling up, we then go up against Itachi as Sasuke. And why is Naruto, Jiraiya, and Kisame standing in the back like NPCs? Oh wait, they're actually NPCs. And so after fighting a good bit, we then get a message to end your brother's life with your most powerful jutsu. Say no more, and it seems to do absolutely nothing. Thanks, source material. After that, we then get hit up by the Tsukiyomi, on which we then get placed into the void, where we get hit up by some crazy nightmares and some schizo quick time events. And after clearing the final cutscene with Sasuke and Itachi, we then got Kisame and Itachi dip in the scene, on which my guy makes his appearance, clearing all the seriousness in the air, which now moving forward, I then talk to Jiraiya for my next mission, which we then head to Tanzaku town. After traveling a bit, we make it to the location and get a nice mission complete, which gives us our follow-up mission to do some training here with one of these characters. I guess I'll choose the main character, and after learning some combos, I then talk to Kiba for my next mission, which we then have to do a race. I definitely remember this happening in the anime, and as we are racing, Kiba then randomly stops me and says, yo, fight me. Okay. And would you look at that, I clap him, and what's this? Now I gotta find some building supplies? And so after doing a good bit of obstacles, I then get this one cutscene with Kiba, and oh great, we get another race with him, which after clearing it, we then switch over to Kiba's POV, where we get another bandit battle, my favorite part of the game, which after clapping him, I clear the race. And why does Naruto look like that? But anyways, after clearing a good handful of obstacles, back to back, we then find some bandits over here, on which I clap, and they seem to be the ones that have all the building supplies. So hooray, mission complete. And following that mission, we then get our next mission to find an escaped prisoner, all of which I recall seeing in the anime. And so heading to my objective, I then encounter another set of bandits, which I clap, which brings me to another set of bandits, which bro, how many of these bandits you gotta put in one game? And after clapping all of them, I then report my success to this one Chunin, on which after talking to this one NPC, we get a mission complete, and then now I have to talk to Jiraiya for my next quest, who flexes his Rasengan on me just like the anime. But before we actually do get into the anime material, let's make scooping fish out of water a main mission, because it makes perfect sense. Which after scooping the fish, I then get my next mission, which is to take some water balloons to Jiraiya. And so after bringing the water balloons to Jiraiya, he pops it with ease using his chakra, and he's like, alright, you do it. And so after some hard work and dedication, I destroy the water balloon using chakra. How very incredible. Which following that, we then get this one mission to tell Jiraiya how I did, which after talking to him, we then get our next mission to handle the rubber ball. And apparently to do that, I gotta do a shuriken toss minigame before then. And so here I am clearing it, and now we're given the objective to sleep in a hotel, which after sleeping, we get our next mission for Jiraiya, on which we actually do mess with the rubber ball and pop it after some hard work and dedication once again. And after doing so, Jiraiya pulls up, and now we're given the objective to get some stuffed animals. Yeah, which after clearing this one mini game where you bonk some snakes, which just look at how exceptional this gameplay is, we get the stuffed animals that we needed and get it back to Jiraiya, on which after getting it back to Jiraiya, he just disappears, and now we gotta go to sleep. Following that, we then gotta meet Jiraiya in the fields, which we are then blessed with the legendary popsicle scene from the anime and manga, if you read the manga, and just look at how beautiful it is. And following that, we then get another cutscene with Jiraiya flexing on us once again, and oh, it's my turn. And so after clapping 3 trees back to back, I get a nice little mission complete, on which we then have to talk to Jiraiya for our next mission, on which he flexes his Rasengan once more, and now we're given the objective to catch up to Tsunade. Upon catching up, we then got Tsunade meeting up with Orochimaru, who needs a little bit of healing, but soon after is stalked by his boyfriend Kabuto. Shortly after, Jiraiya and Naruto arrive at the scene, giving us our first fight with Jiraiya and Tsunade versus Orochimaru, while of course Naruto watches in the back like an NPC. After that, we then got Naruto doing the Rasengan and failing, which following that, we then get to play as Naruto going up against Kabuto, finishing Kabuto off just like the anime with a cheeky Rasengan, how very legendary. And now switching over to the Orochimaru fight, we then got this very epic quick time event involving some very epic hand signs and just some very epic action. It's just so epic. And after rocking Orochimaru's shit, Kabuto and Orochimaru then retreat. Actually very canon. Like actually, that's crazy. Which following that, we then got Naruto, Tsunade, and Jiraiya returning back to the Hidden Leaf. And oh my god, the Hidden Leaf is in absolute shambles. Which soon after, we're given the objective to meet Sasuke at the hospital. And right here, we got Tsunade doing God's work and waking Sasuke up from his coma, on which Sakura hops on him with joy. And Naruto's like, yo, it should have been me, and dips. We then get this objective to go back to my place, which, you know, it's looking pretty clean. And following that, we get this cutscene with Tsunade giving the news to Lee, saying, yeah, you're fucked, buddy. Ain't no way you're becoming a ninja now. And oh my god, would you believe this? Tsunade becomes the new Hokage. And we even get an achievement telling us that. Following that, we then get this one cutscene with Neji using his Byakugan and seeing hidden threats throughout the Hidden Leaf, which are explosive tags. And now we're playing as him and gotta use the Byakugan to search for the hidden threats to get rid of them. And I love doing scavenger hunts, man. It's just my favorite part of the game. Following that, we then get the objective to report to the Hokage about the bombs, which I do. And now we gotta use our eyes to find a spy. I definitely remember this part of the anime. Upon finding the spy, I fight him and clap him, and even though I defeated him, he somehow escapes. How does that work? And now I gotta find him again. And so here I go finding him again. And bro, Neji, you just can't be letting him get away like this. Following that, we then encounter Naruto out here just randomly after curfew, and we team up with him to find this threat, who was supposedly the one who set the explosives around the Hidden Leaf. On our way there, we encounter this one scrub who really likes wasting our time, and after clearing a good handful of obstacles, we then encounter the one dude we're looking for, on which Naruto gets Hokage out of existence. And bro, aren't we supposed to be fighting on the hospital roof by now? But here we got a 1v1 with the threat as Neji, on which we simply clap him, and for some reason following that, we get a cutscene with him somehow outplaying me, even though I washed the floor with him. But hooray, we got Naruto coming in for the save, yay. And following that, we then get the objective to report our success to the Hokage. And on our way back, oh great, we find the same dude again, and we gotta fight him. Yes! But this time around, after defeating him, apparently this dude has stolen documents, on which we pick up, and now gotta bring back to the Hokage, which I do, and mission complete. Heading to my next objective, get our next mission bumping into Potato Chip Eating Boy. And for some reason, I gotta fight him, because this is indeed a Naruto game, which then following that, we then get some dialogue here, and now we gotta find some potato chips. You can't make this shit up. And after doing an extravagant search across the Hidden Leaf, learning how to utilize Choji's human boulder to destroy crates, back to back for some fucking bagged chips, I finally collect all the chips that I need, and now I gotta talk to Naruto, on which he was like, what a fucking fat ass. We then get this mission to meet up at the gates, followed up with the mission to head to the Galbi chip factory, just like the anime. I then talked to this one NPC, and now we gotta clear the track so that some potato chips can get through, because apparently we're having a potato chip shortage in the Hidden Leaf, and we just need them to come through. Or I assume that's what's happening here. I actually just skipped through all the dialogue. After destroying this one wall over here, we then encountered this one NPC who's named the Potato Chip Ninja. Yeah, the Potato Chip Ninja, which following this fight, I then have to clear some more cheeky obstacles, and oh wow, another encounter with the very intimidating Potato Chip Ninja. This is just the greatest experience of my life. After rolling him in this fight, we then get this one cutscene with the Potato Chip Ninja running away, and us talking to this one old dude, on which we now gotta return back to the Hidden Leaf. Heading back to the Hidden Leaf, we then get a nice mission complete, and would you look at that, it's sleepy time, which we are then really interrupted by a note sliding under my door, blessing us with another uncanon mission. Let's go! Now I gotta deliver some plans to some workers, as if they don't have other staff in the Hidden Leaf to do shit like this. This is literally child labor. But let's go. I finally deliver all 4 of the plans to the workers, and now we switch over to Choji, given the objective to get the supplies to the worker. This is honestly very exciting. And so after collecting all 4 of the planks across the Hidden Leaf, like why are they scattered out like this, as if you just can't purchase them all in one location? But anyways, after doing that, we then switch over to Kiba, where we talk to this one NPC who orders me to deliver some wires. And man, do they love rushing us. But here I am completing this one race, and what the? There's a part 2? Well, I guess here's me completing the race once again, which switches us over to Neji. And now we gotta find some dumbass workers who got lost, which after heading to a set of 3 random NPCs, we are switched over to Naruto's POV, and now we gotta head over to Tsunade, who's on the rooftop with everyone else, and here we get this very stunning cutscene of the Hidden Leaf, hitting all angles. Just look at how beautiful it is, man. Look! Are you not looking? And oh wow, that was the mission. That was incredibly fun. And so now getting our next mission, we get sent on a mission with Choji and Neji, which leads us to Tanzaku town, where we have to search for this one dude named Kikisaki. I then talk to this one dude over here, crafting explosives on the sidewalk, and apparently he has info on Kikisaki, on which I then report that info to my team, and now we gotta head to a temple, which of course, traveling in this game can't be just as simple as just traveling. And oh wow, we get a bandit encounter. Lovely. And oh hey, there's Kikisaki, and here we deliver this one piece of paper to him, which I believe is a blueprint or something. I don't know. I don't give a shit about the dialogue, but apparently he's a fireworks specialist. And oh great, here we get sent on a scavenger hunt to get his stolen fireworks from these bandits. Yippee. So here's bandit encounter number 2, clapped. Bandit encounter number 3, clapped. And let's go. We collected all 4 fireworks, giving them back to Kikisaki. And you guys already know how the game goes. It's never as simple as that. And we get a follow-up mission to search for his grand finale firework. Yes! And so after some traveling, we get to this one place where we get this beautiful cinematic where we see the location of the fireworks, and wow, it's littered with more bandits. What a surprise. They really know how to extend the game's content. But here we go fighting the bandits, which was pretty epic. And let's go. I get the fireworks, and now I gotta bring it back all the way to that one dude. And upon getting back to him, we then gotta report back to Tsunade. And after a long and hard journey back to the Hidden Leaf, we get back to Tsunade, and oh my god, look at how beautiful these fireworks are. Really bringing tears to my eyes. And now we get our next mission from Guy over here, who has a bucket over his head because apparently he's majorly disfigured, and he requests that we get a flower for him to cure him. A fucking flower. And so meeting up with Neji and Kiba at the gates, we head off on this very canon mission, and of course it's never as straightforward as getting the flower because this game loves adding additional hours of fighting sheer fucking bandits. I'm about to lose my shit. Well, after clapping this one bandit and navigating through some more obstacles, we then have bandit encounter number 2, or a Chunin ninja. What's the difference? I clap him, navigate through some more obstacles, and oh wow, bandit encounter number 3. Let's go. And at long last, after a hard journey, I get the flower. And yes, bandit encounter number 4. Waku Waku. After all of that, we then got the whole hood pulling up on us over one flower, and now we gotta run for our lives. And while trying to get back to the Hidden Leaf, yes, we get another bandit. Surely there won't be any more encounters after this, right? And well, I guess the more the merrier. But after that, we then make our way back to the Hidden Leaf, giving the flower to Guy, all for him to tell us it was just an ingredient for his shampoo. I would laugh at a time like this if this mission didn't take a fucking hour. But anyways, here I am getting my next mission from Tsunade, and surely after spending 2 to 3 hours of filler missions, we can finally get to the final arc of part 1, right? What is Sasuke doing out of the hospital? And oh great, it seems we're getting sent on a mission with Team 7. And now we gotta head to the mining town. And you guys already know the drill. He's been encounter number 1, clapped. And oh wow, it seems we got a little bit of a multi-step puzzle here, which requires me to use my noggin. But after clearing it, which requires us to step on these pressure plates all at the same time, we then encounter bandit number 2 in the way of the lever that I'm supposed to pull. And so after clapping him, it brings us to this one barrier on which I Chidori, bringing us to this new place with an NPC that I'm supposed to talk to. And after talking to him, we then get this one cutscene with Sasuke trying to destroy this wall, but he epically fails. And here I am playing as Naruto and absolutely flexing on him, freeing some room temperature IQ NPCs, which seems to have gotten Sasuke a little salty. Following that, we now have to find some gold and the thief that stole it, where I just want to go home. And while doing so, we end up encountering some scrubs on the way, which that's definitely something new. And would you look at that, we got another scrub in the way that wants to get clapped. Following all that bullshit, we then get this cutscene with us talking to the main villain of the mission, Orochimaru, who's apparently a canon, non-canon character in the anime, or in simpler terms, a filler villain from the anime. So I guess this is the closest we'll ever get to canon material. And oh wow, we gotta chase him now, which after catching up to him, we then get a cutscene with him throwing up an umbrella, which damages us quite a bit. And now we're 1v1ing him as Sasuke. And after fighting for a bit, we are then required to finish him off with a Chidori, on which I attempt, at least in this cutscene with Sasuke taking a complete and utter L, which leaves Naruto, the main character, as the last man standing. And after fighting a bit, Naruto pulls off his signature Rasengan, clapping the threat in Sasuke's presence right before he passes out, which we then cut to this one cutscene with Naruto talking to Tsunade. And after that, we got Sasuke bedridden once again, while Sakura watches him sleep the entire time, where we then have Sasuke going through his nightmares once again, placed inside the void. But after clearing the Schizo quick time events and going through the memories of the Uchiha clan getting rolled once again, we then get this cutscene with Itachi and Kisame, with Sasuke going like, "Oh, Nichan, this isn't you!" Which shortly after he wakes up wanting to throw hands with Naruto, just for existing. Which after some shit talking on the roof, we then have our legendary fights, playing as Sasuke, and we're even given the ability to go crazy mode with the curse mark. Pretty cool stuff. And so concluding the fight, we then have the legendary Rasengan and Chidori cutscene, where Sakura tries to do something, and oh hey, Kakashi comes in and stops everything, which was 100% unnecessary, because Sakura could have handled the situation. But after that, we then got Sasuke even more angry over here, because Naruto did more damage to this one one thing, and now we get to play as Sasuke with this one objective telling me to get out of here. Okay, and so heading to the objective, we got Kakashi stopping us, giving us a good old lecture, and now we gotta find a place to think. And when I head to this one place, we then got Jirobo intensely staring into my soul, and now I gotta fight him, on which I simply clap him, and then we get this one cutscene with Jirobo being like, yo, you want power? Come find me, bitch. And so I head to this one place, and it looks like I'm about to get jumped, and I kind of do in my first fight against Kidomaru and Tayuya, which I clapped them both, and then we get this little cutscene afterwards with them all talking and shit, on which following that, I guess we're joining them now. And oh my god, the sky is bleeding. And so after walking a bit, we then encounter Best Girl trying to stop us, but Sasuke simply bonks her and leaves her on the floor just like that, no respect, and here Sasuke goes, leaving the hidden leaf. And after clearing some obstacles, Sasuke meets up with his new squad, and oh great, it seems they're jumping me again, which of course being the main character, I clapped them all, which we then have a follow-up cutscene, Sasuke taking a piece of doo-doo and getting shoved inside a bucket and sealed, which we then cut back to the hidden leaf, where we got Sakura slumped on a bench and Choji knocking on my door. Bro, leave me alone! And apparently I now gotta meet up with him at the gate, along with Shikamaru. And as we head out, we got some random dude in the bushes watching us, kinda weird, man. And now we're given the objective to pick up some ingredients for Choji. Wait, what? You're telling me the sole survivor of the Uchiha clan left the hidden leaf last night, became rogue, and absolutely no one found out about it. And now I'm being sent off on this mission. Wow, this game really knows how to stay true to the source material. And here we go, going on the mission, where we get this one cutscene with Choji very happy about a fucking butterfly. Very cool, man. And now we gotta collect 5 green mushrooms. And I just love scavenger hunt missions, man. It's just my favorite part of the game. And after collecting 5 green mushrooms, I now gotta collect 5 yellow ones. Yay! And after solving one of the craziest puzzles of all time, I collect all 5. And of course, there just has to be more. And I now gotta gather the final mushroom. And after a good bit of traveling, I get the last one, thank God. And for fuck's sake, well, I guess I gotta go for these herbs now. And oh, to top it off, we even get a bandit encounter. Yippee! And so right here, we collect one of the herbs and the other herb right here. And yes, another bandit encounter. Yes! And bro, Choji, what kind of exotic ass food are you eating, bro? Just order Popeyes or some shit. Following all of this, we then get this one cutscene with some bandits watching over us, looking to steal our ingredients, really extending this mission worse than Shippuden with the Great Ninja War arc. And now we gotta rush and find some flowers before they stop blooming. And of course, being the pro gamer, I collect them all, and I can finally return back to the hit. Well, surely this is gonna be the only bandit encounter from this point forward, right? Ain't no way they're gonna make me... Wow, I wonder why this game is so long. And oh wow, another bandit encounter. What a surprise. And after that fight, we then of course got these hooligans pulling up on us and yoinking the ingredients, which I worked so very hard for. And honestly, Choji, I think it's time your chubby ass eat some Ichiraku, bro. But going through with the mission, after searching far and wide, we find the bandits over here, clap their cheeks, tying them to a tree. Haha. And at long last, we're finally home with us having a nice conversation. But honestly, fuck you, Choji, for wasting my time 2 times for fucking food. And so now heading back to Tsunade for my next mission, we finally address this Sasuke thing, as if that was a first priority or something, and I could have sworn it was sunny 20 seconds ago. But here I am meeting up with the squad at the gate, heading out on the mission to search for Sasuke. And where's that one scene with Sakura crying before we head off? 1 out of 10 game, would not recommend. And oh hey, that's the title of the game. But here we go, heading off on the mission, and of course we encounter a joining level bandit, cause why not? And after traveling a bit more, we then get another joining level bandit encounter, on which we proceed to clap. And upon arriving at our destination, we then get pounded by Jirobo, and Choji is like, I got this, and solos Jirobo. And after clapping the first phase, we then for some reason get a cutscene with us taking the L. That's crazy. But soon after, Choji decides to go plus ultra, which we then enter the second phase of the fight. And this fight was pretty much just me going on survival mode, buying my squad some time to get away. And so I simply just play hopscotch for the time being until the time limit ran out, which after that, we then get this cutscene with Choji getting rolled. But soon after going real plus ultra, taking the red pill, and for some reason, they just cut off the cutscene there, and now we're Naruto. Damn, they're really giving Choji the side character treatment, huh? But here we are arriving at our next destination, where we got Kidomaru ambushing us and squirting on us, which then Neji says, yo, I got this, and takes him on in a 1v1, simply clapping him, which is then followed up with a little bit of dialogue here, and then we enter phase 2, which Neji gives no fucks and fingers him to death, which shortly after, he dies alongside with him. R.I.P. After that, we then get this one cutscene with Orochimaru powerless in bed. What a shame. And now we're Naruto jumping through some trees once again. And after clearing the trees, we then get this cutscene with the enemy. And now we're given the objective to catch the enemy and find out if Sasuke is with them. On our journey, we got bandit encounter number 1, clapped. Bandit encounter number 2, clapped. And after hopping through some trees, we encounter Sakan and Ukon, on which Kiba is like, yo, I got this. I'll 1v1 them. Or is it a 1v2? Comment down below what you think. And after some time, I clap them, which we then have this cutscene with some more dialogue. And here we go with phase number 2. Because for some reason, reason, they never go down the first time. And here I go clapping them once again with my double doggy style jutsu. But for some reason, the cutscene afterwards shows me getting rolled. I don't get it. But oh god, Kiba gets back up and oh, they just end the cutscene there. Okay. And now we cut to Shikamaru's encounter with Tayuya. And playing as him, we simply clap her. And of course, going down one time isn't enough. And here we go with the second phase, on which after fighting for a bit, we get put on 90-second survival mode. And after clearing that, we get a cutscene with a fight where Tamari comes in for the save. And once again, they cut the cutscene short and not even finish the fight. And now we're Naruto hopping through some trees, which after clearing the trees, I get the objective to catch up with the enemy and get Sasuke back. And of course, it's never as simple as just going to him, because here's bandit encounter number 1, clapped, bandit encounter number 2, clapped, and after traveling a little more, at long last, I make it to the objective where Kimimaro and Sasuke are, on which Naruto proceeds to use this Shadow Clone Jutsu, and for some reason, they're all in the back just watching me, like NPCs. Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of the jutsu, or am I tripping? Well, anyways, I clap Kimimaro, and we then get this cutscene with Sasuke escaping his little bottle, and they didn't even get the laugh rate in this game. SMH. And oh, there he goes. After that, we then cut to this one cutscene with Tsunade and Lee, with Lee being like, yo, I'm Daijobu, I'm ready to fight, and for some reason, we have to play through his flashback of him in the shooting exams. Oh, okay. But here I go clapping Gaara, on which we then get this cutscene of him absolutely obliterating me with his sand, and now we're playing as Lee, given the objective to catch up with our comrades. And on our journey to the objective, we then encounter more bandits on the same exact path we went on playing as Naruto and all of them. This game actually went out of their way to respawn the same mobs just so we can add an additional hour to the game. I mean, it is my favorite part of the game, so I shouldn't be complaining, right? So after clearing endless mobs, I finally make it to the destination and look at Lee coming in for the save. We then face off with Kimimaro and get his health to 0, which leads to this one cutscene with Lee telling Naruto, yo, I got this, go after Sasuke. And so as Lee, we solo Kimimaro all by ourselves, eventually holding him off for a solid 90 seconds. And after doing so, we then get this cutscene with Lee taking the L and Gaara coming in for the save. And where's the drunken fist? But anyways, now switching over to Naruto, we're now once again hopping through some trees, eventually coming in contact with the Void, where Naruto got the voices in his head speaking to him, and him just responding to them all alone in this one place. Shortly after, we then get this beautiful cinematic of the Final Valley, the legendary location, with Naruto confronting Sasuke like, yo, I think you should come back to the Hidden Leaf, cause, we're bros. But sadly, he was like, nah, let's 1v1. And so we do exactly that. And here I go clapping the first phase, on which we then get this little cinematic with some nice and juicy action, followed up with some cheeky dialogue, with Sasuke telling Naruto, bro, I need the Mangekyo. Can you just die? We then enter phase 2 of the fight, which once again, I clap Sasuke, but this time with the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And is Sasuke sliding on ice? And oh god, it seems Sasuke is going a little tryhard here, and is actually using his curse mark. And he's really taking his time charging up the Chidori. There's no way Naruto doesn't dodge this, right? Well, and if I recall correctly, wasn't that Chidori supposed to go through Naruto? Wow, really butchering the source material like that. I can't believe it. But here we got Naruto turning up, now going into his furry mode, and it seems we get to fight Sasuke in this new transformation. Which after clearing this fight, we then get this cutscene with Naruto rocking Sasuke across the face, and oh my god, he transforms into his final form. We then enter another phase of combat, which honestly I don't mind at all, as long as it's not a bandit. And this time around, the fight ends with Naruto and Sasuke charging up their signature moves, and have this very classic cutscene with their very classic clash. How very beautiful. I could have been here 6 hours ago without all those filler missions and bandits, but hey, here we are. We got a nice big and thick kaboom, followed up with Sasuke looking down at Naruto like, bro, you're not even worth finishing off. And he just walks off. Shortly after, Kakashi arrives at the scene to pick up Naruto like a FedEx delivery, and oh wow, here are the credits. And they actually took the effort to motion track the text this time, rather than just having text roll down a black screen. Respect. But that's not all, because we got some post-credit cutscenes with Shikamaru and Tsunade talking about his fallen comrades, and Naruto over here in a hospital bed talking with Best Girl, with him like, I will get Sasuke back for sure. And you know what? I kind of believe him. We then got Dre appearing like, bro, I got you. I'm gonna train you to become the OP main protagonist. And oh wow, that's the end of the game. GG.